The following podcast has been brought to you by Banter Club.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I have no idea what this is anymore. Tevin, is it Tuesday? Is it the Wednesday? I don't know. I just know this means war.
It's war. I don't know whose time it is anymore, but it's war.
It's war. I am the longest reigning Ramblemania champion of all the times. Yeah, you know, I have the longest reign in the history of Ramblemania. The Angel of Death 6XL joining me as always.
That would be I, your 4-time and current reigning, defending, undisputed Ramblemania champion of this and all the other worlds, all of them out there.
All the other worlds.
TJ the Great. TJ the Great.
TJ the Grapefruit.
The grapefruit. These grapefruits, pal. I've absconded with the Ramblemania championship with these grapefruits, pal.
Why? What's good with you and these grapefruits, my man?
Yeah, I don't. Grapefruits.
Fam, if your nuts are the size of grapefruits, I think that's called cancer.
This is gonna get a little bit of cancer, Stan. All right, a little bit.
I don't know, Vince, if you know, but pretty soon you're gonna be pissing out of your ass if you got grapefruits. Oh, hey, man. Listen,
there's a lot of things wrong with Vince, as we've, we could put together a very, very long doctor's list just going off of WWE segments over the years, but that's for another podcast entirely, I imagine. What we're here to do today is talk about the Wednesday, if it's even on Wednesday anymore, Night War NXT this week, taking place on a Tuesday, Super Tuesday, they called it.
On a Tuesday.
They had to move it in order to avoid being taken off by the NHL playoffs, which the sports are going on again after, everybody protested last week. But NXT moved to Tuesday. The ratings did very well, and there are rumblings, rumors that it might be a permanent thing they're considering. Just moving NXT to Tuesday for good, ending the war, and just having these two big shows on 2 different days.
Like, it's cool if they do move it to Tuesdays. It'll suck for me because I work Tuesdays, unlike Triple H.
Well, he'll be working Tuesdays now.
That's a nice... Exactly. Now, anyway, I'm being a jerk, but anyways, yeah. I would be all right with it. It'd be a weird situation, me personally be able to watch, but I imagine for the fans it'd be great, because they get to watch everything they want. The only thing that's going to suffer is going to be Impact unless they move their ass to Thursdays.
Yeah, poor Impact. And then I wish NXT would move to Thursdays, but I get why they don't. I get why no wrestling show wants to really move to Thursdays, because then you got to deal with the NFL. Nobody wants to deal with the NFL, but otherwise, yeah, Impact notwithstanding, it is a good thing. Both shows would be able to more easily grow this way. I mean, obviously, we saw NXT doing some of their best numbers being unopposed. AEW has done some good numbers unopposed. And I think, without this attempting to split the audience every week, you give better opportunity for both shows to grow.
Yep. Now, you know who does want some of the NFL? The Rock.
Does he want that NFL smoke? That's what Vince kind of had in mind with the XFL, but
The Rock wants that. The Rock wants that smoke. But Vince is still going to be a part of it. So The Rock is really trying to get that smoke. Like, he was talking about how, like, you know, the NFL never really gave him a chance. And it's amazing that now, because, you know, he finally got all the helmets in and all the cool shit. He gets to fucking check everything out.
Yeah.
And now he has, you know what I'm saying, like, the power to give those people that who would not get a chance otherwise in the NFL. So he's going to grab those guys instead and be like, let's see what we can make out of you. And I think that's going to make for an interesting, because I feel like he's going to make these dudes really want it. And if he makes everybody really want it, then we're going to see some beef. And I would love to see fucking NFL versus XFL. It's about damn time. It would be great. I mean, when they first started off, like, to be honest, I was watching the XFL, like, this is a lot simpler and a lot more fun to watch versus how complicated the NFL has gotten.
If he can address player safety and the way they're paid, then I'm all for it. Other than that, I guess we'll see. In the meantime, it's time for some wrestling.
Are you ready, Tevin? No! I said, are you ready?
I am ready.
Then, for the thousands in attendance, and for the millions listening at home.
That's you.
Let's banter.
It's NXT. And it's new commentary for one. If you didn't hear, Mauro Ranallo
Clean.
parted ways with WWE this week. Amicably this time, thankfully.
Yeah.
So, you know, no situation, fortunately. It's just Mauro is over at home. It's a COVID situation. It's him wanting to do different things for his organizations, for his family. So, but the door is open should Mauro ever want to return in the future. And, you know, he'll definitely be missed as the voice of NXT over the past few years, as a major contributor to the feel and a lot of its bigger moments. He'll definitely be missed. The best I can say, though, is thank God they got the homie Wade Barrett to replace him and not fucking Corey Graves. But yeah, I mean, Vic Joseph is really his replacement, but
Yeah.
it's a good commentary team as is now. And I think it would have been worse had someone else come in as opposed to Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks, you know, because we love Mauro. Mauro is our guy. He says some crazy shit sometimes, but, you know, he's our guy, you know. He's the guy that we love. He's always trying to actually make sense of the situation instead of just talking shit. And sometimes he says a few weird hip-hop references that I'm just like, why? But it's always a good time when Mauro is around. Mamma mia, we will miss you, fam.
That passion and knowledge of everything going on in the ring and everything that has gone on in this industry, virtually unmatched. And like, they would always drop those videos after takeovers of him at the commentary table just going nuts over everything. Mamma mia! And him throwing his notes. Shit. I remember when we went to takeover, you can see him from your seats.
Yeah.
Just bugging out over.
Losing his fucking...
Yeah.
Throwing a whole ass pencil somewhere. God
Man, we're all the way up in the 200s, and we can see him from all the way up there just losing the shit. Mamma mia!
And you can kind of even hear him.
You can hear him a little
God
bit.
damn.
That's what Mauro brought to the announce table. That excitement that you have as a fan, Mauro matched that, and that's why he's called Mayweather fights. He's called some of the biggest UFC fights or MMA fights in the last decade or so. Like, that's why he's a legend in all combat sports. And, you know, like you said, he'll definitely be missed on this show.
Yeah, I'll miss him on NXT, man. Well, Godspeed, and whatever you decide to do next, make sure it'll be elite. You heard me?
They got enough commentators over there. I don't know if that'll.
You're right. I mean, you're right. But, it doesn't hurt to have Jim Ross and Mauro Ranallo together. I don't know about you, but that sounds like it. And Schiavone. Oh, my God. Give me Jim Ross, Schiavone, and Mauro Ranallo, and I think I'm good for, ever. That is the GOAT commentary team. That's the Jim Ross of everything. So you have the original Jim Ross. You have the Jim Ross of WCW. You have the Jim Ross of NXT and partially for a time WWE. What more can you ask for? You know what I'm saying? That commentary team would be scary. And shout out to Excalibur and shit, but Mauro, son? Mauro and Excalibur would be a good teaming too. I mean, Schiavone and Mauro by themselves would also be good. I mean, you could hook him up with pretty much anybody. He'll probably sound great.
Hey,
so
we're talking
right
other companies then. I ain't got a problem with him going back to New Japan either. Mauro Ranallo calling more fucking Okada matches and more Tanahashi matches. You know what? Mauro, go back to New Japan, please. For our first match of the evening here on NXT, it is a 6-man street fight. Legado del Fantasma, your friendly neighborhood coke dealers versus the cops, Breezango and Isaiah Swerve Scott. How often do you see a black man working with the cops to take down?
Pause. Listen to this, man. The show starts and all I see is coke.
Yes, cocaine.
I'm just like, why? Why? Mind you, because I'm at work and people don't know the joke. And I'm just like, why? And I'm just laughing and crying because there's snow and if you watch the show, you already know what's going on.
You see it right now. You see it.
So I'm just like, why, son? Why? Really? Why? Why is this the way we start? You're making me laugh mad hard at work. I'm not supposed to be marking out at work, you know what I'm saying? It looks wrong to the customers. So I'm just there marking out at work.
What better way to start Super Tuesday than with cocaine?
And then that's the problem. I yell cocaine. I got 3 customers trying to buy shit. And I'm just over here cocaine at work, son. Oh.
But these men came out in proper Street Fighter attire. That was to be appreciated.
Yeah, I love that shit. Yeah.
You wear your gear, or in substitute of your gear, you wear jeans with knee pads over them.
Yeah.
And then you
CM Punk.
Yeah, you wear your boots, and then you wear your merch. You wear a t-shirt.
Yep.
And all these
CM
men
Punk.
did that.
CM Punk.
Yeah, well, Breezango were shirtless, but they're cops. So they do what they want.
No, man. They're Breezango.
They're Breezango.
Breezango was wearing their regular gear, but that's because they're Breezango.
Yeah, they're Breezango. But this started fun because they all started brawling just to begin with. But then it got even wilder when the plunder came out, the weaponry, the tables, the chairs, everything. Yeah,
the trash cans. Oof.
Yeah. And then at some point, Imperium comes down because they're still pissed off that you fucking took our belts, you bastards.
Yep.
So they come down to assist and beat on Breezango. Mm-hmm. They want some revenge, but on a forklift of all things, just beep, 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 pulling up to the side of the ring. Swerve and Dango come in to save Tyler Breeze. They dive off the forklift, take everybody out. And this is the first moment of the night where I'm like, God damn, I'm going to miss Mauro Ranallo. Because that's a spot where, Mamma Mia, are you freaking kidding me?
With the goddamn forklift. What?
like Vic Joseph is the homie, but he doesn't have that extra level of Mamma Mia that Mauro brings.
Yeah, he needs that focus and that, I don't know, it's that passion.
Yeah. He can bring the storytelling and the good commentary, but he's got to have that extra, my God.
Yeah, I'm not trying to say he's not passionate. I'm pretty sure he's pretty passionate about his job.
Yeah.
But it's just there's passion that you can't fake sometimes.
Yeah.
And Mauro has it's raw. It's it's just like this charisma that just shoots out of you, just like this, like, you know, it makes you feel like you're one of the fans.
Yeah.
And when that reflects back to me and I can relate to you, I'm like, yes, that's everything I'm feeling. Which is why Wade Barrett.
He's
that boy good.
Excellent addition. Excellent.
Because he be saying it. Yeah, he be saying it. I'm like, there you go. That's how I feel. Thank you. And even Corey Graves, when he be fucking up, sometimes he catches it. You'll catch him like being a fan right quick.
No, yeah, that was one of the things one of the reasons I used to like Corey Graves as a commentator, because he had that excitement that he watches the product. He cares about the product. So it's always good to have that as a commentator.
And if you notice sometimes when he's not reading a script and he actually says shit that he actually feels, and then Vince has him have to try to explain it afterwards, which is always horrible. Just let him feel the way he wants to feel.
Nah, let them be people, not, machines.
Yeah, it's like, well, this, that, and oh my God, I can't believe he just... And then Vince is like, dude, you're supposed to hate that guy. Well, but you know, that he can do that 9 out of 10 times of the week. No, he can't. He can't even... Yeah. And it's like, Vince, stop. Just let him be. Like...
Yeah, let him do his job. But to this match, Swerve knows what he's doing as well, as once again, he pins Santos Escobar.
Yeah.
Folds him right on up and pins him with the 1, 2, 3. He gets the victory. He again, that should be another Cruiserweight Championship shot for him.
Yeah.
If they got their minds right over there.
But Triple H, what are you doing, man? Like you.
But I think they got their minds right when it comes to the story, because it makes sense so far.
So far, but I still feel like Triple H is like, he's being a little lazy. Like, don't front like that. Like the writing hasn't gotten a little lazy since the war.
I don't know if I'd say lazy, but it is, like I said before, I do think there has been a bit of reactionary things.
Yeah.
That I don't think they would have done had they not been in the war.
All right, if not lazy, then sloppy.
Yeah, sloppy is
Running a sloppy shop, bro.
We got Candice LeRae. She gives us another recap of her friendship with Tegan Knox. This time we get Tegan's POV on the whole situation. She says, they're the Candice LeRae that is following the Gargano way. That's not the Candice that was there for me after my surgery. That's not the Candice that I introduced to my nephews. But you know what? I really do hope that we can fix things between us before things get too bad. And that leads us to Candice LeRae taking on Casey Catanzaro. She's got Kaden Carter in her corner because, that's Casey squared right there. That's the duo. That's the gang. That's the squad.
By the way,
go ahead.
I was going to say, is it wrong that I'm already tired of this feud and it hasn't even really started?
Oh, what? Candice and Tegan?
Yeah, like, you were my friend. You were my friend. We used to be friends. That's every fucking women's storyline in WWE.
Well, I'm waiting to see what happens when they drink the wine, and then we'll see where it goes then.
You used to be my friend. I thought you were my friend. You're not my friend anymore. I thought we were friends. Every storyline right now.
I'm just waiting to see what happens when the wine gets involved, when they drink.
Nia Jackson, Shayna Baszler. I don't want you to be my friend. I don't want you to be my friend. Well, we kind of have to be friends in order to win this title. All right, well, when I'm done with this, we're not friends anymore. Okay, we're not friends. What? Then fucking Sasha and Bailey, you're supposed to be my friend. You didn't help me out. I was being a good friend. You weren't being a good friend. I'm a good friend. Every fucking thing is about being a friend.
Well, Shayna and Nia are the champs now, so they got to be friends.
I know, but they're not friends.
They hugged when they won.
But they're not friends. They say it over and over again. We're not friends.
They're friends though. You can tell that's the story between them. We're not friends, but they're gonna become friends.
So then, what's the story between Sasha and Bailey?
Oh, I guess. Well, haven't they already been friends? Now they're not gonna.
We're
be
friends,
anymore.
but we're not gonna be friends. But we're friends. Every fucking story in WWE right now is about being. Well, when it comes to the women, pertaining to the women is about friendship. Well, the only one that isn't, and I'm glad because I would fucking flip my lid, is Rhea versus what's this girl's name? Raquel
Mercedes.
Gonzalez. Yeah. Because it's like that's a cool ass feud. And of course Io, like that whole little feud right there, I'm glad that that's not because you're my friend. You're not my friend. You're supposed to be my friend. You're not being a good friend. You're supposed. I'm glad that's the only. You know what I'm saying?
Dakota and Raquel are already friends, so they don't need any more friends. And Rhea and Io, like, I don't need any fucking friends. So their situations are all settled.
Love it. Yeah. Love it. Everything else, hate it. Yeah. But fucking the Iconics versus fucking fucking Liv Morgan and Ruby Riott. All of a sudden they put them back together, but without this girl, because this girl is about to have a kid.
Isn't she?
Yeah, but they were gonna apparently bring her back for this stuff, but then because she got having a kid, they're not going. Everything's so confusing right now. It's like, it's hard.
Well, that's what happens when you watch that shit. That's why I don't watch that shit. Candice versus roster, Casey. Casey squared in the building. Mm-hmm. Wade Barrett is talking about what it's like to have friends on the roster and how, you know, Candice and Casey, how it relates to Tegan and Candice. And he flexes his inner Batista. He's like, you know, I wouldn't know much about having friends because I walk alone. But I walk alone. I walk for miles inside this pit of danger, Vic Joseph.
We need Austin Creed right quick.
Yeah.
I'm sick of all these people talking out
all that.
I never understood a damn thing that they said.
Not a word, but Casey, you know, she always impresses me with the things that she's capable of. You know, her athleticism, her frame, her. She's a good babyface. I still see her as a future star in this company if they do it right. But Candice, for her part in this match, she's like, ain't none of that flying shit going on. You gonna die tonight. All right, homegirl. And Candice gets
you gonna die.
Yeah, that's it. Poor Casey squared. As we talked about last week, Kaden Carter is supposedly part of the NPC gang, Retribution. She's one of the hidden ones.
Yeah. Apparently. And, you know, it's so strange, man. Yeah. You know, it's so strange because they change gang every week, you know what I'm saying? Everybody look different every week. So it's just like, is this going to be like the definitive version of the NPC gang? So like
they would split up fucking KC squared to make Kaden a fucking NPC. God damn it.
Fucking terrible. You know this though. Damn, yo.
Stop taking away people I like.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting tired of too when it comes to the main roster. It's like y'all already looking like the bad guys regardless. Like anybody who's actually watching all three shows, you guys look like the terrible ones. You know what I'm saying? They don't feel like they're going up. It feels like they're going down.
And for me, who only watches the one, when someone leaves that show, it's like, man, now I don't get to watch them anymore. And then you get, what's that person doing on that show? Like, hey, what's Keith Lee doing now that he's on Monday Night Raw? Oh, you know, he's feuding with Randy Orton. Oh, that's cool. But they put him in a stupid outfit and they changed his music. You walk.
Yep. Yep. That's the first thing. So, y'all don't know this because this is our personal conversation, but this is exactly what happened. It was like, Tim was like, just let me know how that thing goes. I'm only intrigued about that thing. And we're over here like, it's fucking awful. They ruined this song. Me and Hazel are over here crying and shit. They ruined this song. Why is he wearing a skirt?
I'm like, what happened?
They ruined him. It's ruined. But it's a good feud. But the problem is they went about it the wrong way. He's already taking L's.
I mean, he beat Orton at Payback in like 10 minutes. That was all right.
Yeah, but he looks like a fucking chump. And then they got him. What is this? And then they made him shave.
Yeah, luckily his facial hair grows very fast.
He looks like a child, son.
Yeah.
He looks like a child. They got him wearing a skirt. He came out with a loincloth. Was it on Payback? What was going on there?
Nah.
What was his theme song? What is his theme song now? What is this shit? It sounds like generic, like a car show fucking song. It sounds mad generic rock. It sounds like a level in Here Comes the Pain or some shit.
Fucking background bullshit. Boiler room music.
Remember, like, because they had the same music as WrestleMania 19, the game.
Yeah.
So I remember that weird, like, construction site music.
That bullshit off my screen.
remember throwing motherfuckers off the, like, the tallest thing in the world in that game, yeah?
Yeah, that was my method of death in the SmackDown games.
See,
always throw somebody off the fist, or I think in Here Comes the Pain you do it off of like a chopper or some shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like in WrestleMania 19, you're like on scaffolding, high up, like thousands of feet in the air.
Yeah,
so high up that the ground just looks black. Yeah. And you legitimately toss people to their deaths, like construction workers and shit, because you're trying to destroy WrestleMania.
Yeah. And of course, no one actually dies, which is the precedent set for that Money in the Bank spot earlier in the year.
Yeah.
Where Corbin killed Mysterio, but not really.
But you see, like, back then, that wasn't a thing that we knew. So in this game, we literally just killing motherfuckers. I once murdered Brock Lesnar. Fucking, he did all this shit, and I was Steve Austin. I gave him a stunner. He fucking flipped down. Yeah! I was like, peace, bitch.
Goodbye. But yeah, Candice LeRae.
Yeah,
she grabs the mic post match, and you know she says, after hearing Tegan out, after hearing what she had to say, and after seeing the wonderful friendship of KC Squared, it upset me a little bit. It reminded me of the friendship that we used to have, me and Tegan. And the PC plants start booing her, but Candice is like, no, for real, I'm being serious. But Candice, don't you know, the the plants, they boo everybody. Like, what is the PC plants' problem? They fucking hate this show. They dead ass boo everything.
I think they're like me, and they've been watching AEW, and they're like, yo, that shit is so much better right now than this shit.
I want to watch Dynamite. Ooh.
Yo, not for nothing, Dynamite has been way better. I don't know what the hell is in the water over there.
Yeah, Candice is like, you know, I want to settle this, Tegan. I want us to get back to our friendship. I want to make things right. So again, they're gonna settle this over some wine. So we'll see how that goes.
Man, fuck this feud. Next,
on to some real shit. Something that will not be settled over wine. Something that must be settled with death. Rhea Ripley.
Oh shit.
Android 18. She's tired of Mercedes Martinez and her bullshit.
Yeah.
I'm tired of you and the Robert Stone brand. I thought you would have gotten the message after I power bombed you into oblivion, but clearly not. So, you know what? I'm gonna deal with you, Mercedes, once and for all, in a steel cage.
Yeah, this is her brutality.
I'm down with that. Rhea Ripley versus Mercedes Martinez in a steel cage sounds good to me.
Damn, how was it? In a solid steel cage.
A solid steel cage. The healthiest cage you've ever seen.
It's vegan.
Yeah. And that brings us to the next match on this card. Bronson Reed versus Timothy Thatcher.
Did you see his new, like, Tron?
Oh, yeah, Bronson Reed's?
Yeah, with him, like, it's like an outline drawing of him. Like, kind of like coming to life and walking towards you. And then it's him walking towards you. That shit looks great.
I love NXT's little experimentational gimmicks. Yeah. When they mess with camera angles or entrance gimmicks or videos or whatever. I always think that shit looks so cool when they really knock it out.
Hell yeah. But I like how smooth the animation was walking. It walks just like him. And then just boom. Love it. Man. I like Bronson Reed. I like both these guys. You know that for like a minute before when they like announce, when I see who's in this match, I'm like, no. No. Because I'm like, somebody here's gonna have to lose. This shit is gonna suck.
Yeah.
Because I want my boy Thatcher to keep going because I want that ultimate fight between Birch, Oni, and Thatcher. Hell yeah, need it. And I'm I want him to keep pushing him. But then at the same time, it's like, it's Thick Boy season all day, every day. You can't get rid of my Thick Boy season. So I'm like, yo, what's going to happen here? Like, somebody's going to have to take an L. But proceed on what happened in this match. But I was shook for a minute. I swear to God.
Tim Thatcher, as you would expect, he works over Bronson Reed's arm, in very technical, stretchy manners. The joint manipulation, or as I forgot what Barrett called
Joint
it.
manipulation.
Barrett had another term for it that was equally British and equally good.
Fuck, what was it? I remember too.
Yeah. It's something artistry with the limb, some shit like that.
It was like a backwards version of, it was manipulation of the something. I was like,
yeah.
Fuck. The arts of, I don't know, fuck it.
The Nigel would be proud.
Yeah, Nigel would be like, it's lit.
But Bronson, he's able to make his comeback. He hits a big boy tope suicida.
That's a thick tope.
Yes. But, he's feeling the effects of that arm work. So as he rolls Thatcher in, he's got to shake it off. And that opens the window for one Austin Theory to attack Bronson and toss him back into the ring, which allows Thatcher to lock in that cross arm bar, which Bronson tries to escape, and he starts, whacking away and punching. But Thatcher's able to roll into the Fujiwara, and that gets the victory. Lots of good submission wrestling. Speaking of payback, fucking that double submission that Shayna did was the best shit ever.
That was. Yeah. But returning back to current moments, something that was dope is the moment I saw Austin go out there, I was like, yes, because they made it make sense, right? Because we're like, why are these two even wrestling each other? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, we know why they were wrestling each other. They wanted to fight Priest.
Yeah, but that's not what I mean. Like, I mean, like, at the end of the day, we don't want either of these two guys to take the L. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by that. So, like, I'm over here like, no, why are you putting these two? These two are so great. I don't even. But then finally, after we see, what's happening during this match, it looks like Bronson Reed is about to get it, even though Thatcher's, catching him with, all the joint manipulation and all that cool stuff. But, Thick Boy is getting to him, and I'm like, yeah, and it looks great. Bronson looks great during the match. And then, if you remember, Austin Theory was talking all the shit. Yep. Remember? So it only makes sense that he goes off to beef with Thick Boy, and then Thatcher goes on to Priest. They fixed it.
Make it perfect.
I was shook. At first, I was like, no. They made it make sense.
Yeah, perfect way to line up two feuds out of one match. And, even though Thatcher lost, there's a reason that he lost. And no harm, no foul here at all. And that will take us into the main event. For the NXT Championship, the four cornerstones of NXT, they said. Adam Cole versus Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa versus Finn Balor, the heel. Prince fucking Devitt in a 60-minute Iron Man match, the first of its kind in WWE history. As has been noted, the first 60-minute Iron Man match in a decade. I believe the last one was, in fact, Cena versus Orton in 2009, which I remember that match. It should have been a 30-minute, not a 60-minute, but it was all right otherwise. I think that's the one where Orton literally tried to blow Cena up with the pyro.
I don't even... Oh, I remember, I think.
Yeah, I think it's that one.
When he went to the gimmick where the guys were at, and then he started pressing the buttons.
Yeah.
Damn, yo. That was a while... That was a long time.
I should probably watch again, but that... I was so fucking tired of Randy Orton and John Cena matches at that time. I was like, I'd never want to see these two fight each other ever goddamn again.
It's kind of... I don't want to see, because I feel like I'm besmirching this match a little bit, but it's kind of a little bit how I felt about, the main event.
Oh.
And it was just because it's like, I'm kind of tired of this combination of guys. But I'm not shitting on it. We'll talk about that later, but still, it's like, really, nigga, the same combo of motherfuckers? It's all good.
I mean, in this case, I feel like it makes sense just because, like, even the way Regal set it up, these four guys, these are probably the most four important guys in NXT history, at least over the last few years. What they mean to the brand, how they,
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. And in this match, we can talk about it. I have two big criticisms.
Okay.
The first one is the commercials were excessive. Like,
Yeah.
wilding with the commercials. For such a gigantic main event, the biggest match in NXT history and all that shit, you nearly killed the flow by having 10,000 commercials.
They had a few
going
pips.
through it.
They had a few pips though.
But like the first two didn't like. I feel like the first two commercial breaks had no pip.
Yeah,
and I was like, "You what? You can't have this without pip. This is the main event. This is an Iron Man match."
Yeah, the entire thing should have been pipped.
Yeah, or like. They remember back when NXT first popped on USA, it was like commercial free or limited commercial. Why did they not spring for that gimmick? Like all those extra TV gimmicks that you spring for when you're doing a premiere or you want to make sure you get a good rating. I feel like you do it for this match. Do you not? Or at least you should. And that takes me to the next criticism, sort of. The finish. I did not like the finish. For one, they fucked it up, and Adam Cole was late, and that was definitely 1-2, clock expires. There was no time to get a 3, but they fast counted it and got Cole his second fall to make it so that this worked. But even if we grant them that that's what they were going for, that's what they did, that's what they pulled off.
Do you feel Adam Cole was late or Finn didn't move fast enough?
I don't think it matters, but I feel like maybe Cole was late.
I feel like Finn didn't move fast enough because he was trying to roll him over. He was not fucking budging.
Yeah. And that's why I thought, okay, Cole got it, but he's gonna run out of time, and that's gonna be it. Finn's gonna win, but that's not what they did. They just counted to 3, and I was like, man, get out of here. But even disregarding
bruh, it was 0 when the 1 came down. You feel me? Like
we were promised an NXT champion tonight on this show. That's what they said last week. At the end of this Iron Man match, at the end of NXT Super Tuesday, we will have a new champion, and we did not. Why didn't they spring for extra TV time?
Because it's gonna. Go ahead.
And if you can't do that, why don't you do a gimmick where it's just like, we're gonna do the overtime right now. Go to the WWE Network to watch it. Why do you have a network if you don't do shit like this? Just you gotta watch the finish on the network. I don't know. I don't like the idea of we're promising you a new champion tonight, and then when the night comes, oh, actually you gotta wait till next week. So those are my big criticisms.
Now here's the thing. Here's why I'm like, I kind of get it though.
Okay.
Because of what ended up happening afterwards, which is they're like, well, Super Tuesday 2 next week. And I'm like, oh, because they needed a main event for that. And they just didn't have anything, most likely. Because whatever was supposed to happen was probably... Yeah. Because here's what I'm guessing. They were going to do Super Tuesday, and whatever was supposed to happen with that whole situation with Karrion Kross got thrown the fuck out. So they had to find a way to get to this point and to the next point. So they were just like, we'll just do it like this because it's the only way we could probably get across what we're trying to do or whatever. So I'm not going to be too heavily critical about that, especially because of the match that we got is going to be fucking fantastic, which is Finn Balor the heel versus Adam Cole, baby. So I'm fine with it. Like
former
course,
Bullet Club.
Yeah, from a story perspective, the fuck. But from a fan perspective, I'm not complaining. At least we get in Cole versus Balor, club versus club. It's going to be absolutely lit.
Yeah, it's a good match. It's just, I don't know. I feel like, again, you promise a finish, you do the finish. And I don't know. I guess I'm a stickler for that kind of stuff. But
if you give us a match like the match you gave us, which is pretty fun, it didn't feel as fast as some of the matches could have, usually are. But they had to kill an hour, so I understand.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, outside of everything, I really liked the match. I thought the match was really good.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, I like the match, but I know how some people are, and it was slow here and there. It was a good match. It was great. I like to see Tommaso Ciampa being as intense as ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like, I can see the complaint of how people, because I know how some wrestling fans are, but it was like type slow. But to me, it was everything it needed to be. Tommaso Ciampa looked like an absolute GOAT. He was the Iron Man, legit, of this match. To me, he was the entire match to me. And then it was like Balor and Cole did their damn thing as well, because, of course, they're Balor and Cole. Speaking of Adam Cole, I love to see that they did the Adam Cole baby in the beginning.
Yeah.
I missed that shit. Adam Cole, baby.
Bye.
But yeah, these two guys also went ham during this match. I don't know why, but Gargano to me kind of felt like the third wheel, even though it was 4 men. Because it was like Tommaso was the one doing most of the shit during most of the build-up in the beginning of the match. And even towards the end. And then I feel like Gargano was kind of like, he was the constant. Like, he was kind of there doing shit. And he was doing like the jerky shit with the where like he like went to the crowd and like kind of like did the UE thing, but it was just like, you're just kind of here to like, I guess, burn this little part here. But because to be honest, to me it was Adam Cole, Tommaso Ciampa, and Balor just looking like absolute maniacs the whole match.
I feel like everybody had their parts. Like they had the mini DIY reunion spots where they did their Toronto the finish they did in Toronto against the Revival.
Yeah,
they did that finish on Cole and Balor. They had even callbacks to their matches against each other, and then Cole and Balor.
Which I didn't like that, but yeah, because I'm like tired of that shit already.
I didn't mind it because I knew we were gonna get it in this match. It's like, you have an hour, like they're gonna put that stuff in this match. Like, I thought everything in this match served the purpose and served something in telling the story of each of these characters, and in each it was a biggest hits for each guy.
Yeah.
And I think it worked in that respect. So, again, I thought they paced the match very well. I thought, it's not like the best match of all time or anything, but I thought, given for what they had to do, given that it was an hour, it didn't feel like an hour, really. So I will give them that. It didn't feel like, oh my God, this is so long. Yeah. It didn't feel long at all. So I thought, in terms of that, they did very well. Like, I thought this was a good match.
I guess my beef with Gargano was just that whole situation. The fact that they got him in such a shitty character. And then the fact that they were doing all these callbacks to the feud between him and Ciampa, because I'm fucking over it.
Yeah.
And I love Ciampa and Gargano. It's just, I'm over the fucking shit.
Well, they lost, so I imagine
yeah.
they're out anyway. So
yeah. But I love Tommaso Ciampa. I would love to see him and Adam Cole more, because I like that, combination. Now that we have Balor, I'm seething at the teeth to fucking watch him versus Balor. Oh my God.
My original pick for this was Balor. I wanted him to win.
Yeah.
I thought he'd win. He seems like he makes the most sense. I still feel like he makes the most sense, but I guess we'll see.
Yo, fantasy match, right quick. Tommaso Ciampa versus Jon Moxley.
Sure, I'd go for it. Hell yeah.
I'd cry. I was thinking about it. I was like, yo, that would be insane.
Those two unhinged would be some good shit.
And I'm talking about like prime Tommaso Ciampa. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like freshly healed before the injuries, and yeah.
Like no theme song Tommaso Ciampa. You feel me?
Yeah.
The fuck you, I hope you die, Tommaso Ciampa.
His theme song was the hatred.
He won me over
of
so
the fans.
well, yeah. Boo! He was my favorite thing. Yo, remember we were like, we were wishing death upon this man, bro. Like, fuck you, Ciampa. Yo, you remember that shit, bro?
That's how it was done.
In Brooklyn, bro. We fucking ate that man. You suck dick, everything, bro.
He was a great character. A great character.
The greatest heel in NXT. They gotta go back to that Ciampa. No. They gotta find a way. Because if you get that Ciampa back, oh my, what fucking war. He was just a heat magnet. Just it radiated on my skin, son. On my skin. I felt it.
But that
good times. Yeah.
That was NXT.
Hell yeah. It was pretty good, you know?
Yeah, it was a match heavy show. One match in particular, obviously, but it was a good show, I'd say. The other things served the purposes that they needed to serve. Nothing was bad on it. And I thought, even though the main event had a problem in how it finished and how they, I guess, booked it,
yeah,
it was a good match. It was a fun watch. So I can't knock them for that.
It was
I'm looking forward to Super Tuesday Part 2.
I think it was alright. I liked it, but then it's like, we're gonna talk about AEW. When we talk about AEW, you're gonna be like, oh, okay, that's why. Like, this was good. It was good. You know, I saw it. I liked it. It was a good show. Then AEW.
All right,
boy.
So let's get on to it then.
All right.
And now,
yeah,
it is time. I still got to get used to doing
presents to you,
but it's time.
Yeah, it's not our fault. They fucking flipped the shows on us.
It's time for the boom. Yeah,
like the boom.
I had a setup and they changed it.
Yeah, Dynamite.
Yeah. Nonetheless,
and now Stridex presents to you. Remember Stridex? What the fuck?
Yeah. Stacker 2 presents all that shit.
Skittles. It's fruity. Oh, it's fruity.
Make fruity and delicious.
Fucking Jim Ross.
Yeah, that guy's here alongside Tony Schiavone, alongside the returning Excalibur. Excalibur is back for AEW Dynamite.
Yo, he fixes Jim Ross. I don't know what it is. Excalibur is there, and all of a sudden Jim Ross, whoop, perfect. He said some weird shit, but let's just put that on old man time. Other than that, he was great.
Yeah. Excalibur is the commentary glue that holds everything together for this company. He is very sorely needed. Like Taz and Tony and everybody, they held it down, no doubt, while he was gone. But Excalibur is the guy, man. He's the voice.
Especially Jericho.
Yeah. Jericho was excellent, but they needed Excalibur, and I'm so glad he's back.
Jericho's great because he caters to Jim Ross, and he trolls on Schiavone.
Yeah.
So it's always perfect. He's like what Corey Graves was when he was good.
Yeah, when he first got started.
Yeah, before they put a mic in his ear.
Yeah. It just goes to show that Jericho has a clear place that he can just immediately go to when he's done in the ring.
True.
But yeah, it's AEW Dynamite. It's at Daly's place. It's at 10% capacity, and we're ready to go with the shits. Our first match of the evening. Santana and Ortiz.
Yeah.
Taking on the number 2 ranked tag team, the Best Friends. They recap all their beef and everything. Go ahead.
I was going to say, speaking of the way the shows have started so far, the last one started crazy, and I was at work, and I was like, and then this one started with my favorite thing.
Yes. All that gang shit going on to open up the show.
If I wasn't proud, then I wouldn't be proud. I love that damn theme song.
That pinstripe gear.
Yeah, they had the Yankee gear.
Repping that. Ripping that BX to pin the New York Yankees. Best franchise in sports. We're doing that right now. But they're best friends. They jump Santana and Ortiz on the ramp to kick this off. It's a big brawl on the stage, on the ramp. Trent does a big dive off the stage. They're doing a hardcore brawl early to get it out of the way before the match can officially start. See, they obey the rules in AEW sometimes when it comes to tag team wrestling. Mm-hmm. Chuck, he sets up a chair mountain on the outside, just like a whole bunch of chairs. But he is hoisted by his own petard, as Excalibur puts it. Mm-hmm. And he's sent through those chairs by Santana, leaving him dead, leaving Trent to start the match, the actual match, with a man down. Yeah. So, yeah, Santana and Ortiz beat on him for the early part of this match.
Isn't that how it always goes, though?
Yeah.
You set up some bullshit only to get thrown through it yourself. It happens every time in wrestling. Yeah. I have no idea why people set shit up anymore. You're going through it, motherfucker.
You got if you want to kill your opponent, you got to take the risk and set up the weapons, but you run that risk.
Man, I ain't setting up nothing. I'm hitting you with whatever I got. I'm not going to set anything.
I'm going to let you set it up.
Exactly. You set up. Go ahead. Yeah. If not, I'm hitting you with whatever I got in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Street style.
It got to already be set up for me to use it.
Exactly. Because I'm not going to go set something. Every time, 9 out of 10 times you're going through it.
That's valuable ass whooping time. Wasted.
Like, this goes back to, like, the OG times, bro. Like, even before the OG times, like, it's always been that way. Remember?
Olden times.
Exactly. Remember when, like, the heel would, like, always take off not the elbow pad. I guess you would say the turnbuckle pad.
Oh, yeah, the cover, yeah.
And then they're the ones who always go through it.
Yeah.
Some bullshit. And that was, like, and it's been like that since, like, Bret Hart times and shit. Fucking before that, Hogan times and shit.
Yeah, you take that step, you're likely the one that's going to pay, So Trent, he has to go it alone for a bit, but Chuck does make his way back. He gets the hot tag. He does the deal. He does the Falcon Arrow, and Ortiz has to be saved by Santana because, of course, nobody kicks out of the Falcon Arrow. Excalibur, that was the first real instance of, yes, Excalibur's back. When he goes, he's done the deal.
Yeah. It's like, oh, somebody who understands wrestling. Yes.
Yes. So Trent, he gets whacked with the damn slapjack. They got it. Unbeknownst to Bryce Remsburg, he's distracted. And Santana and Ortiz, they got their damn gimmick.
Yeah, they got the police baton, son.
Yeah. That bullshit. That brutal bullshit.
You know what we call it in the streets, but I ain't gonna say that.
Yeah, we ain't gonna use that terminology.
Because that's not what we want it to be anymore.
Yeah.
But they use that shit, and I fucking hate that shit. That shit hurts like hell if you ever got hit by one.
Yeah.
It hurts like hell, but it vibrates through like your bones and shit.
Yeah.
It sucks. It sucks really bad. Yeah. And it's crazy because he like, I guess the best friends don't know any Spanish, but he literally tells them, push! Because commentary didn't get what he was trying to say. They're like, I think he said now. I was like, no, he said empuja, which means push. So he pushes him right into the bow. And I was like, oh no. But then, for a second I was like, you didn't hear him say, and then I'm like, not everyone knows Spanish, you idiot.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's an advantage. So with that advantage, Santana and Ortiz are able to get the street sweeper and they get the victory.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a very good opener. Very, as usual, AEW's tag team division fucking delivering. And
yeah, it was very exciting.
Yeah, a good continuer for this feud that started with the destruction of Sue's van.
I think that's like now they're like formula now.
Yeah,
I think that's just how they go about it. Let's have a crazy opener, and then we go from there.
Yeah.
And it works.
Yeah, it usually always gets the people going.
Mm-hmm.
So we got Mark Sterling in the back, MJF's lawyer.
You can't not let me say the line after you said it gets the people going.
Go.
But it's provocative. Nobody knows what it means. It gets the people going.
we got Mark Sterling in the back. He's a little shook, getting ready for his match tonight up against Jon Moxley. But MJF, he gets Wardlow to get him out of his locker room, and he tells him, I get it. You're afraid of the big bad monster, Jon Moxley. But,
yeah,
you know, what's even scarier than that is being in the way of my goals, my opportunities, my dreams. So the way I see it is, you either get in that ring or you get in a goddamn wood chipper.
He did use a few wrestling cliches, though.
Yeah, he slaps him.
I've got people. It's like, so what?
But yeah.
And when I you know, and when things was it, I forgot how the saying goes. It's something like, damn, like, and when people, whatever, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like when people don't get, damn, I'm trying to put it into correct words. And to an actual phrase instead of spewing bullshit. I
can't. Okay.
And you know what happens when people don't do what I tell them? Things happen to them.
Things.
like who cares, fam? Like, if you're gonna do something, do it now. I guess it's the hood in me where it's just like, that's something about being from the hood where it's just like, you're fearless in a weird way.
Yeah.
Where it's like, it's a type of fearless where you wouldn't be that type of fearless in any other predicament. It's just, when you're from the hood, you're this type of fearless where it's like, okay, and?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what it is with us. It's just always like, okay, and?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, for this situation, it's MJF throwing around threat. This MJF is my MJF. When he cuts past the QT, I'm better than you shit, and he starts to just be like a real fucking evil piece of shit.
And poor Lee.
That's my MJF.
Poor Lee. He be picking on Lee.
Yeah, Lee Johnson. He left Nina alone this week, but Lee Johnson was the one who got it.
Yeah. Stop picking on Lee. It's the GOAT.
He gonna whoop your ass one day. You better stop playing with that man.
Facts, bro. He gonna catch you slipping. Yeah. He gonna be better than you.
Yeah. You already gave him the rub when you pushed him out of your way, walking to the ring. Got to be ready now.
Yep. He gonna whoop that ass.
So that takes us to the next match. SCU.
Yes.
And Private Party taking on the number 5 ranked Jurassic Express and the number 3 ranked Young Bucks. The winners of this match will face each other at All Out. So, I'm going to say this. Old school fans who be bitching about the Young Bucks should like really just watch the Young Bucks instead of bitching about them. Because they do so much old school storytelling type stuff in their matches, and they've always done this type of shit. Even going back to PWG, like, there's a fan in the crowd, in the front. And he's got like a hangman sign, like drink with me, hangman. And he's got the beers and all that, like, you know, a hangman mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for obvious reasons, you know this is a plant.
Yeah.
But even just like disregarding all that, as soon as I saw him, I knew the Bucks are going to fuck with that guy. And sure enough, Matt Jackson goes outside. He looks at him with his sign. He takes the beer. He splashes it in his face. He rips up his sign like, fuck you and fuck Hangman. That's how I'm feeling right now. It's such like an old school little detail to add that little extra bit of storytelling into the match. And Excalibur even talks about it on commentary, how the Young Bucks, they're usually happy and gimmicky, but they're pissed off this week. They're still tight over what Hangman did to them last week, screwing them over on that tag team title opportunity. So yeah, good storytelling stuff. Always goes down in these multi-mans in particular, but in Young Bucks matches in general.
I don't know why that felt like very, very heelish.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I feel like a babyface would have just been like, whatever, you know. But
these Young Bucks feel like the PWG Young Bucks.
Feel like dicks. They feel like, please go.
Yes. And it's interesting, like, because everybody in the Elite, more or less, has been feeling like that for a while now. Like, The Bucks are now heading toward this. We see how Kenny's been acting recently, and we see where he's going. Cody, who I guess isn't technically a part of the Elite anymore, but we saw where he was going before Brody Lee killed him. And the only one who isn't more or less being a complete dick and is more or less having a crisis of faith more than anything is Hangman.
Yeah.
Who just got kicked out. So it's interesting to see where that story is going.
Yeah, it moves along a bit later on the show. And we get to see a little more of that coming into fruition. But this match right here, pretty badass.
Yes. Yeah. Scorpio Sky has been getting like the solo push for SCU, but our boy NPC Kaz, he's also been putting in the work via Dark lately. He's been having a lot of like good, strong matches on Dark, and he looked good in this match.
Speaking of Dark, who the hell was Fabu?
Oh, on Dark.
What is going on with that team, bro? That weirdo guy and Fabu. Like,
oh yeah,
what?
I think the other guy is like one of Matt Hardy's boys, but
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
That tag team is so strange. Fabu.
And you watch Dark, you'll see some weird dudes and ladies sometimes.
Yeah. Fucking, I saw Santana and Ortiz cutting an amazing promo.
Oh yeah, and then they got into it with Best Friends on Dark. Yeah, so yeah, Dark is worth a watch sometimes.
When you can catch it,
but yeah, Kaz in this match looked very good. Had a whole sequence where he just run through and whipped everybody's ass. I like what they've done with Kaz and Daniels. That dude's 50. All right, he don't look it though. Daniels is continually impressive. Like obviously he's a step slower, but
yeah,
he don't look 50.
He still move. Step slow on my ass.
Yeah, like he don't look 50 is my point.
Hell no. But it's also he's never had to wrestle that WWE schedule. Thank God.
Yeah,
that's probably why he's still good.
Yeah, he's been able to work at his own pace, and yeah. So Isaiah Cassidy, he has brought back the high pitched death scream. Now we got people again. He brought back that big scream.
Yo, fucking, it's annoying, but it's like why? I don't get it. Why are you screaming?
It's a fun spot for when he dies.
Just, like why? Why you sound like a?
But, Luchasaurus and Nick Jackson, they had an argument on BTE about who has the better hot tag. You know, Nick Jackson week before that rather, was like, I got the best hot tag in the business right here. And Luchasaurus was like,
true.
Man, I got that dinosaur comeback. I don't know if you want to see that dinosaur come back. And Luchasaurus did that dinosaur comeback in this match. And I got to say, it was impressive.
I'm more into his comeback, but it is what it is.
When you got a dinosaur doing moonsaults off the apron, you got to give it up for that. It's impressive stuff. Like in general, I love AEW's multi-man tags because they always, like I said earlier, they do a good job of not only telling stories of whoever's involved in an angle in the ring, but they give good highlighting to all the teams involved. Like you get a good spot from Private Party, a good spot from SCU, good spot from everyone to showcase how good each team is. And they're never, ever, ever better, these matches, than when they've got the Young Bucks in. Because the Bucks are the masters of multi-man chaos. Like,
yeah,
this is where they excel. Crazy, crazy multi-man spot fest.
This ain't the only multi-man chaos that happens tonight.
No. So the Bucks, they specifically make the tag at the end, and they kill Mark Quinn with the BTE trigger. And after that, they just dip off, and then, like we talked about, they're leaning toward their old dickhead PWG selves, which Kenny's moving toward becoming the cleaner again. So it's getting interesting within the Elite.
I feel like, well, let's just leave it alone. We'll talk about that when it comes.
Yes. We got Jake Hager he runs up to Orange Cassidy in the back, who's just chilling as he usually is.
This shit was weird. This shit was
Hager
weird.
Comes in, and then Cassidy's just sitting there, and then Hager has his leg under Cassidy's leg at first. No, on top of it. Like he sits next to him and he's got his leg on top of his leg. So Cassie just takes his leg out and just puts it on top of Hager's leg. Like, let me just... And Hager's like, the fuck, get off me, God damn it. Jericho wants you out there for
when
his
you're
match
the one
tonight.
who sat on his leg, bro.
Yeah, like, what do you mean? Yeah, Hager's like, Jericho wants you out there for his match tonight. It'd be wise if you showed up. And Cassie just sits there like, I'll probably show up.
Like... Yo, it was mad funny. Like, what the hell was this? Hey, the guy that's gonna beat you up wants you to go watch his match tonight. And Cassidy's just like, you better go. And then Cassidy's just like, I'm telling you.
You be there. Yeah. It was some high school shit.
He didn't even do that shit, I think. I think he just looked at him.
Yeah, he just looked at him. And Hager was like, you be there. And he left.
Yeah, he was just
I guess he realized, well, he ain't going to say shit to me. So I told him.
Yeah. Funny shit is like, later on fuck it, spoiler alert. Later on in the match, you know, when the match actually does happen and he shows up, he shows up so I don't give a fuck about life-ish. He's just like, I'm here.
I guess I'm going to watch this match. Sure.
Maybe I can scout him.
Yeah.
He's Daria. He's the Daria of the entire company. He's just Daria.
Just la, 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 la.
You're standing on my neck.
Yes.
You're sitting on my leg.
La,
You're
la,
sitting
la.
on my leg. La 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 la. You're sitting on his leg.
Yeah, man, you gotta move. But that takes us to Tully Blanchard and FTR.
Mm-hmm.
Tully talks about how they've cleared the first goal, they won the gauntlet, they got their shots at the tag team championships, but Saturday night is the night where they cement themselves as the best and they become champions. Cash, he says, you know, our legacy, our careers, everything we've done, it means nothing if we fail on Saturday, if we don't capture those belts. And Dax says, you know, we like Hangman Adam Page, we respect him, but you know, that prestige, the honor, the money that comes with being a champion, I think I respect that just a little bit more. So that takes us to Tony Schiavone in the ring, who brings out one half of the tag team champions, Kenny Omega, who's rocking a We Love Hana shirt for Hana Kimura, who, if you ain't know that story, everybody should know at this point, tragically committed suicide over the summer due to a lot of online bullying due to this reality show that she was on. Mm-hmm. Really, really sad situation. She was 23 years old, had all the potential and everything in the world to be a future star. And yeah, just tragic. But Kenny's rocking that shirt. They got it up on Pro Wrestling Tees. All the proceeds go to her mother and her family. So if anybody wants to buy that shirt, and you can go do that and directly support her family. Yeah. Which is beautiful to see because it's such a unfortunate story.
Yeah. You love to see that a person like Kenny, who is very influential in the wrestling business. I mean, you know, Hangman too, but he's not the one wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
You know, you'd love to see that somebody like Kenny, who's so influential in the wrestling business, is rocking this shirt because it goes to show, like, you know, not only did he not forget, but he's still here to help out the cause and, you know, make sure and have this awareness because mental illness is a real thing, people, and we got to deal with it sometimes.
Yeah. And, you know, be kind to each other.
Yeah.
As we all like to say, should practice.
Yeah. And if you're somebody who goes through things, talk to a friend, you know what I'm saying? Just, you know, make sure you have somebody at least that you feel like you can trust enough to tell them about these things in life. You know, before these shows, I vent to Tevin for like a good 3 hours and then we start recording. Just Tevin life is crazy.
You clear the head and you feel better about it.
Then afterwards, you're like,
everything.
all right, I'm good.
Nah,
Let's talk
me
some
too.
wrestling. Wrestling is good.
Yeah.
Especially these two shows, you know?
Yes.
And back to full circle, we're going to...
Yes, Kenny, he's in the ring. He's talking about the situation with Paige and the Bucks. And he says, we all make mistakes. We all, do things sometimes that we wish we hadn't done. But what's resolute and what won't change is me and Hangman Page will do what we've done this entire time, our entire reign. We will take out FTR just like we've beaten all the others. And that brings out FTR and Tully Blanchard down to the ring. And they've got a cooler. So they got some drinks in there. So Dax, he tells Kenny, we got no problem with you, Kenny, all right? You and Hangman are two singles wrestlers that came together and had a great run. We respect that. And we're looking forward to just having a good athletic contest with you guys this Saturday at the pay-per-view. So you know what we want to do is we want to offer you another toast. Like, we even bought your favorite because we know how you get down. You got the chocolate milk for him and everything.
Yeah.
They know how you get down.
Kenny goes, I can't say no.
Yeah, you guys, I can't say no to some
I
good old
can't say
chocolate
no.
milk.
He didn't just say chocolate milk. I can't say no to, some 2% homogenized chalky chalk, son.
Specifics.
He
the
said
details.
that's so ill, bro. I was like, yeah. He said that chalky chalk, son.
Yeah.
I love Kenny. God bless, brother. Too sweet. That chalky chalk, son.
Kenny loves this chalk.
I can't say no. Oh, that's you, Tevin. That's you.
Can't say no. But
Tevin legit don't drink. If you give him some chocolate milk, he's hype, bro. But his drink is Gatorade, though.
For me, the chalk is a good old red Gatorade.
Yep. That's all I drink at work: red Gatorade, blue Gatorade, and the once in a blue. I usually like the purple one, but they never have it at my job. So
the purple one is good.
Yeah. If they don't have blue, and if they don't have red, I usually go for the yellow.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense. But so yeah, we got Kenny. he says, I love my chalk, but I am gonna turn this bit of chalk down because I'm gonna have to avoid spending any more time with you two dickheads. And then they mute his mic, but they muted.
Yeah, they muted for a second. Yeah.
They muted for so long, it sounds like he said a lot more than dickheads, but I'm pretty sure he just said dickheads.
Yeah.
But
dickheads, and then it's just...
Yeah, he's muted for a couple seconds. But yeah. Kenny says he won't be duped. He's like, if you guys want to take me out, if you guys want to beat me up, how about we just get to it right now? And I get it's 2-on-1, and I might lose, but I'm going to get a few hits in.
He said, wait, 3?
Wait, actually, yeah, there's 3-on-1. I forgot about Tully over there. But, if you're going to do this, just keep him away from me because I can smell his depends from here.
Oh! And then that's when they got offended. But to be honest, he wasn't wrong, though. Like, I like that Kenny Omega's like, I'm not stupid.
Yeah.
I know how this goes. I've been in wrestling for X amount of years.
Yeah, I know what y'all
Smart baby face. Because at first he comes off like an asshole. Like, why didn't you just... They gave you chocolate milk, fam. They giving you the ups. But he's like, no.
I see what's going down here.
They're trying to be very, very sneaky.
Yes. So that brings out Hangman.
Yeah. And he looked like he hasn't slept in like 5 months, even though it's only been a week. Yeah. Why did they put so much purple makeup on his eyes? He's going through it. He looks like mid-90s Undertaker. He probably been crying and drinking and everything. Nah, bro. He was in there going, oh, yeah! What Undertaker! Fuck? Did Paul Barrett do your makeup, son? What's going on here? That's too much purple on the eyes, bro. That's bootleg, bro. That does not look realistic whatsoever. He looked like he got some purple eyeshadow from the girl in the back, like, hey, can you make me look like I haven't slept in a while? Ooh, we're gonna add some fuchsia, a little hint here of mauve. Just why, man? Leave this man alone.
They're selling the story. So Paige, he comes out, and Dax, he tells her, look, everybody, it's Hangman Adam Page. Give him his welcome. Give him his welcome. Mm-hmm. You tell him, Paige. You tell Kenny who was the one who told you to betray your best friends, the Young Bucks. Who got in your head and told you to do what you did last week? Because it wasn't us. We didn't tell you to do anything. All we did was talk to you and drink with you a little bit. But it was you that got in your own head and got in your own way about everything. Because, Kenny, you've only known Paige for, 4 or 5 years? I've known this man his whole career. And he's got to tell you about how he's a selfish piece of shit. And then
they did the same thing with the mic here, too.
Yep, they cut him there, too. They're a piece of shit, and then it gets blanked.
But it was blank so late. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's like, you're not supposed to put the 7-second delay on yourself.
Yeah.
Botchamania. You're supposed to put the 7-second delay on them. Like, what are you?
Yeah. You're tracking them. You're missing them. They're still cursing. And that's Cash, too. Cash is able to get one in, too. Yeah. You know what? You are a piece of shit. And then they blank him.
What is going
Yeah.
They're working on it.
They're working on it. But then they all get into this, but then Kenny and Paige, they get into it.
Yeah.
And then Kenny's like, hey, are you serious? They're trying to get in your head again. Don't let them get in your head. So they have a moment. FTR dips out. Kenny and Paige have a moment. Kenny leaves. Hangman in the ring by himself.
That shit was crazy. Because he's there. He's trying to hand him the title. He's like, buddy, take the title. Buddy. Buddy's outside, walking around the ring like fucking loser. Just dips on him. I was like, that shit hurt me. I was personally offended by Kenny Omega. That he just dubbed this shit like that. I was like, Kenny, we don't do those. That's petty. We don't do petty. But then I'm like, he's slowly turning into the cleaner, isn't he? He's going to do a whole lot of petty now. Damn, man. I thought you were golden lovers.
He's on his way. Ain't no Kota Ibushi around to keep him in check. Kota Ibushi's over in Japan trying to stop Tanahashi from gaining weight.
Oh, my God. But yeah, that shit hurt. It hurt, bro. Damn,
sad shit. Again.
Yeah,
we're headed toward a big blow up with the Elite, step by step. So with that, we move on. Chris Jericho, Le Demo God versus
what the hell is he wearing?
Joey Janela, Jericho or Janela?
Jericho. Because when he's cutting this promo, I'm like, what is he doing?
Yeah, Jericho, he talks about how he's made Orange Cassidy a better man. He's shown to the people how big a star Orange Cassidy can truly be. He made him show a serious side, his intelligent side. He made him cut a promo. But on Saturday, I'm going to douse Orange Cassidy and his dreams in a little bit of the bubbly. It's the 1 year anniversary of that promo and him winning the title.
You know what that jacket looks like, bro?
What?
You know when you get you see those Hardy Boy belts?
Yes.
That you can get at like Hot Topic and shit?
Yes.
It looked like they took all the little metal pieces and just like...
the little sequins, yeah.
Yeah, and just bedazzled them all over his jacket. It's the funniest looking shiny jacket that he's had. I don't know where he comes up with this stuff. And then he want to talk shit about Janela.
Right?
Like, bro, you dress like that. He dresses like old school you to TBH. But
where you think Joey Janela got his style from?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, I think you have to look at yourself, Demo God, and realize.
Or fucking Excalibur in this match.
No. Go ahead.
Excalibur calls him the Data God.
No. That's what he really is, though.
The Data God.
Demo God is not. He really is the Data God.
Yeah, he's got all the numbers. He's so 50
silly.
plus with a grip on the 18 to 34 demo.
Fam. That's why he knows the demographics. He knows all the data.
Yeah,
Huh?
that exactly. It leads in. Excalibur, he
Yo.
didn't botch.
Why is he dissing this poor man, saying he never kissed a woman?
Oh, Marvez, right?
Yeah. Alex Marvez, right? That's his name?
Yeah.
Yo, he's like, it's like something like that you've never experienced, you know, like kissing a woman. And then at the end, he makes a point to say, yeah, you know, have a good luck on that whole kissing a woman thing. I was like, God damn, yo, shit.
My boy Marvez ain't deserved that.
He basically said, bro, you're so unattractive, you ain't never kissed no female.
Yeah.
Damn, son, Jericho. No, we don't do this. We don't do these, all right, people?
Yeah.
Don't judge.
So,
For all you know, he could be a player.
Yeah. You don't know how he gets down, all right?
You don't know that in high school that man didn't have all the shorties.
Yeah.
My son
Don't-
Marvez could be the pimpest pimp on God's green earth, and we don't even know it.
Don't doubt this man's sauce, all right?
Facts.
But yeah, Jericho, he nails a sick code breaker on Joey Janela. Like Janela tried to
mean.
springboard, Jericho caught him. They nailed that one perfect.
Good night.
Yeah. So and he follows him up with the walls of Jericho, makes Joey Janela submit, taps him out. In post match, just for extra, he bloodies Joey Janela, beats him down, throws him into the exposed turnbuckle. All while Orange Cassidy is watching. Jericho was wearing an Orange Cassidy shirt for this match.
Yeah.
And as he bloodies Janela, he rubs his face on the shirt. So, this is going to be you, Cassidy. And he takes the shirt off. And he throws it at him. So OC's like, so you going to disrespect the merch? All right.
You know what's funny?
Zooms into the ring.
You know what's funny during the commentary? Fucking Jim Ross doesn't call this man Marty Jannetty. He goes Jannetty, right? I mean Janela. Wrong Marty. His name is Joey.
He's wrestled Marty Jannetty, but he's not Marty Jannetty.
Bro, what? Listen to this again. He says, Jannetty. No, Janela. Wrong Marty.
Ain't no Marty's nowhere to be found. There's a Chris, a Joey, a Jake, and in the crowd an Orange.
Bitch, where? Oh my God, this is golly. He kills Janela, by the way. He fucking murders him in this.
Yeah,
match.
Joey Janela is dead, but OC comes in. They get the brawling.
Mm-hmm.
And Jake Hager, he comes in. They start to double team Orange Cassidy, but Sonny Kiss comes in for the save. Drops Jericho with the spinning elbow. It looked really good. Jericho fed for it like a motherfucker. It looked really good. But yeah. OC, he goes for the Superman punch to take Jericho out, but Hager pulls him away because that's the real one. We don't fuck with that Superman punch. And off they go.
Sonny Kiss came in, I feel like, at the perfect moment.
Oh, yeah, his running was really good.
It was like you were about to fucking die, and just Sonny Kiss, I'm right here, son. Yay! That was dope.
Yeah, maybe in future we can get a Jericho versus Sonny Kiss match.
Mm-hmm.
But we got Sammy Guevara now. He's here to dick around with signs. But Matt Hardy is
wait,
also
before
here.
that, you got to give him credit for that goddamn video package.
Oh yeah,
I don't want to hear
packages.
If we do it for NXT, we got to do it for AEW. That video package was great.
Packages. All the video packages for All Out have been really good.
This one was particularly just hilarious, though. Seeing fucking Matt Hardy chase him down on the goddamn golf cart in the football field, that is just legendary. Like, once quarantine is over and all that stuff and we get the fans back, the moment they show that footage, the fans are going to lose their shit. They got to redo that match. They have to in front of a live audience because that shit is going to be insane.
For all the matches that, like, could have used. It was a cinematic match, but like Stadium Stampede was one where it's just like I feel like a crowd would have had a ball with that.
Yep.
It's
and
one
just
of my
imagine they
all
actually
year.
had. And just imagine if they actually had like a football arena to fill up with like random fans, and then they do the match like that. That would be so much fun. Like, you know, like how they had like I forgot what pay-per-view was. There was a pay-per-view once where it was like they had a Lions Den match, and then only that area got to watch that match.
Yeah.
Something like that with that football stadium would be dope.
Yeah. But yeah,
where like only that
that
group of people gets to see it live. Yeah.
Yeah. But with Sammy Guevara and Matt Hardy, they're more hype for their match at All Out, which is a broken rules match, which is basically a last man standing match with the caveat of if Matt Hardy loses, then he must leave AEW. So it'll be interesting to see how that shakes out.
Yep.
And then
I feel like
go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I feel like Matt Hardy is the GOAT, so let's see what happens.
Yeah. We got Team Taz coming down to the ring.
Oh, no. Yeah, I got to talk about this real quick. So, Ricky has become a meme, and he's become one of the worst memes. As a Dominican myself, I do not agree with this meme, but the joke is they have him wearing this like mid-90s merengue outfit and these really small shiny glasses, this really tight fade, and then they're like, how do you know I'm a Dominican? That shit that shit had me rolling. Cause he looks like a fresh off the boat, mid-90s Dominican like merengue singer or some shit. I was fucking crying. And it's like, it's funny, it's a little offensive as a Dominican. I'm like, nah, man, I don't look like that. You know what I'm saying? I was born and raised in here in the States, in America. So
yeah,
you know, it's a different situation. I dress American. They dress like, you know, over there with the tight super merengue band shirt, like looking like a Jeff Hardy clone from like way back. And like, remember when Jeff Hardy first started, that his shirts were just slightly tighter than Matt Hardy's? It was the same shirt, just slightly tighter. And then, you know, that whole look, it was fucking great. I was crying. That's funny. And especially since I'm like the one who like, since Ricky got on there, I've been trolling him. So it's good for me to like, that's your payback right there for saying that he's so garbage. But he's not garbage. I'm always trolling him though, you know.
Yeah, Ricky Starks is great. But
I'm just always he's good. I like to troll him.
Yeah. The squad's in the ring, and then Taz he warns Darby Allin and Lance Archer and everybody about what awaits at the casino, at the casino battle royale, but out comes Jake Roberts for revenge. He's like, no, brother, you cut us off last week, so here we are to cut you off this weekend. Oh, Lord, Jake. Talking about how you ain't busting no nuts.
No.
While we're around. Jake.
Yo. What was that all about, bro?
This, Jake.
No. Why? Jake, bro, let me holler at you real quick. Jake. No more talking about anything sexual. The last thing I want is to hear an old man talk about sex. If I want that shit, I'll go back to school and take sex ed like 100 times over. That's not what I want, Jake. I don't want to hear an old man talk about sex, bro. That shit fucking... So please, stop talking about these men busting a nut during this match. Bro.
Come on, Jake.
He's becoming the creepy old guy. No. I don't want this from Jake. I don't want this from Jake.
So yeah, Jake is trying to he horny on Maine, and Eddie Kingston comes out to interrupt all that with his squad.
This shit right here.
And so
hold on, we have a New York off right now.
Oh my God, this was the most New York shit.
Yup. Fucking Taz and Eddie Kingston, hey, you know what? Hey. You know what? Hey, your mother. You know what? Suck my dick. No, suck my dick. Hey.
Taz just gets tight. Make your point. I'm getting pissed off now. Make your point.
Yo, this shit was great. I have no idea what this shit was about. But I want them in a shit talking match. That's it. Just put them in the ring. Just let them New York each other to death. It was fucking great. I was crying.
So yeah, eventually Taz just like Ricky Starks and Brian Cage will take all you out, and then everybody just starts fighting. It's a big fight. Darby comes out. He and Ricky Starks start brawling. Santana and Ortiz come back out, and the best friends come out.
Wait, hold on. Don't just Santana or Ortiz come out. So after Darby Allin comes out, a few people come out. A few people from the ring start coming in. And the beef is on. We're like, yeah, woo. When Santana and Ortiz come out, you're not expecting shit. It's just everybody's brawling, and then you just hear the right during all this beef, and then the music, and it just makes everything just 1,000 times more intense. They came out at the perfect. Remember earlier I was talking about Sonny Kiss coming out at the perfect time? Fucking Santana and Ortiz came out at the perfect time. And then it was war. I loved
See,
it.
they did, but then like they were immediately gone. Like they didn't even make it to the ring because the best friends came right after them.
Yep. It was great though. It was all great.
It was this segment was fun, but it was weird because like it didn't stop. It never stopped. Like they just kept fighting, and it got to a point where I was just like, wait, is the match happening now? I thought it was Saturday because it just kept going and going and going and going. So,
but that's what I loved about it. It was beef.
Yeah,
it's like like you said when we were actually talking about it. It's basically like they finally have the roster to have a really, really good one, and this is basically the end of Raw before the Rumble. You feel me?
Yeah. That like, and in that sense, I really like this segment. It's just the problem was this wasn't actually the end of the show. So they brawled for mad long, long eventually that JR was just like, let's cut to the Dark Order. And then that's just how it ended.
You got to think about what the main event is.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's going to be a troll. So they needed to kill.
I get why this segment wasn't last. It's just the length of it made it wonky. Yeah. But otherwise, it was great. Yeah. Fucking Taz and Eddie Kingston New Yorking each other to death. A crazy brawl. It was all fun.
I need it.
Yeah. It was all fun. It just was so long. It was like, wait, what? What's happening now?
Make your fucking point already. Shit.
That was great. I'm getting pissed off. Make your point.
Are you the king or am I the king? Who's the king here? I know you're a legend. I know, Papo. Listen, I know. But who's the king?
I know you're tough, Lance, but you ain't tougher than me. All right?
Yo, and Lance actually backed up for a second. I was like, oh, I guess he knows. He know better. He know.
Yeah. He's like, you know what he right.
You see, he was about to go out, and he's like, oh, word, yeah. I'm not about that life for real.
That's an OG. He right.
Yeah, Eddie about that life for real. That's why I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Good.
Yeah.
Man, this was crazy, but it was fun.
Speaking about being about that life after that whole Dark Order situation happened, with the thing with the, what do you call it? I was gonna say the Grammy family, the Nightmare family.
Yeah, they set up this video package with the Dark Order.
Yeah.
Taking on the Natural Nightmares, QT and Dustin, alongside Scorpio Sky and Matt Cardona at All Out. This is a good video package too. I really like QT's promo in this.
Yeah, he makes
it
feel like
promo.
Yeah, he makes it feel like I'm really about this. These guys are really my family. I really believe in this, and I'm gonna fight for what I consider to be my family.
Yeah.
And then Scorpio just looks badass because Scorpio.
Yeah.
So it was pretty good.
Like even
and
Cardona,
then of course,
and
Matt
like how they
Cardona
set
didn't
him
even
up
have
with
to say
like
shit.
he's
Yeah.
Yeah.
He just looks cool. Period.
Yeah.
Like,
But I like this bit too. Just like, Brody's got a chip on his shoulder. I don't even fucking work here. Like, what are you talking about?
He said
chip on
that.
your
I don't
shoulder?
even work here.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That was good too. But he didn't even say much, and he still got his point. And then the way they made him look in the actual video package, where like he's just raw, fucking raw. Looks cool as shit. They did a good job.
Yeah. QT with the heat. Just this is my fucking family, and I really liked it. But,
so I'm excited about the next thing we're gonna talk about. But go ahead.
Yes.
Woo!
NWA Women's Champion Thunder Rosa making her AEW debut, taking on
versus
a woman who was also making her AEW debut, Serena Deeb.
Yeah, CM Punk.
If you don't remember, she was probably most famously a member of CM Punk's Straight Edge Society, alongside one Luke Gallows and of course CM Punk. Yes, Serena Deeb has always been known as a very, very good women's wrestler. She's been out of the spotlight for a while. An absolute perfect person, given her experience and her level of intelligence and talent in the ring, to go against Thunder Rosa and help showcase who the NWA Women's World Champion is to a larger audience. Yeah. Everybody's been raving about this match. Throw me into that hat. And I imagine throw you into that hat.
Oh, of course.
This was less. Very good. Very good.
You don't even have to say I guess, because we were talking about this where like Jim Ross in this match went full cute old man, and he's like, "This is one of the best women's matches we've had." I mean, without getting me in trouble.
Yeah, Jim was like, "This is one of the best women's matches." I'm gonna get in trouble for that, but it's really good, people.
Yeah, because he's trying not to sound sexist, and it's like, bro, it's not sexist. You're correct.
We
the
get
women's
what you
division
mean,
on AEW. Yeah, the women's division on AEW hasn't been, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say up to par. It hadn't been that great in the beginning. It took a while to kick off. Now that we actually have a women's division and we have a few more female talent, it's starting to feel, you know what I'm saying? And then this match between these two women who are actually great wrestlers, both of them, which kind of surprised me that, remember how I was talking about on NXT, how when I saw Thatcher versus, Bronson Reed, I was just like, ooh, this gave me the entire opposite vibe. When I saw who was in that ring versus Thunder Rosa, I was like, yes! Like, I got so excited. I was like, I want to see all of this. And even though most of the match, they didn't give us a pip, which kind of got me tight, because I'm like, hello?
Yeah.
And then when we got back, Jim Ross was like, this is the best match ever. We're over here like, yo, fuck. So we missed a lot of it, but I can only imagine, like, because the match, what we got to see from the match was really good. So I can only imagine, like, what happened during commercial break.
It was a Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch type of situation where, you get somebody in there that not only knows how to make the person you're pushing look good, but they know how to make themselves look good too. Like, I don't think anybody would complain to see Serena Deeb back in AEW. Like, she was great. But of course, this is a showcase for Thunder Rosa, who gets the win, and she looked very good going toward her match with Sheeta at All Out. It's going to be a good one. I'm excited for it. I'm down for it.
I like her AAA heel sounding theme song.
Yeah.
AAA, so if you don't know, like, for some weird reason, there was a point in AAA where, like, every heel's theme song sounded like Castlevania music. And that's pretty much what her theme song sounds like, which is pretty dope. I always like that feel. It gives me that it's like that, it's something from my childhood that I always like, why do they do this? But it's cool. I mean, I get it. But
it's Rudo music.
It's mad random, yeah. But I like it, yeah. Rudo music for her. I love it. Keep doing it. All that shit. Give me more of this. These two women, like, I'm overwhelmed like of how good this match was. I was just like, I was not expecting this match. Like, this shit is pretty good. Fuck with it.
Yeah, definitely wasn't expecting to see Serena Deeb here. Highly impressed.
Right? Random.
Yeah. From there, we move on to the champ, the AEW World Champ,
Yes.
Jon Moxley.
This promo.
Another excellent promo from this man.
promo.
Again, like I said before, maybe the best storyteller in the business.
Mm-hmm.
He challenged MJF on, you do all the campaigning, all the talking, all the promos. Everything up to this point, Saturday night, has been the easy part. But now the reality comes when we get in that ring and all out, and it's kill or be killed. How far are you really willing to go to take this title away from me? Because I know how far I'm willing to go. So we're going to see what you're really actually made of, Mr. Maxwell Jacob Freeman. It was a really, like, I think a lot of people are paying attention to what MJF is doing in this feud, because he's been doing the campaign and he's been doing, he's the challenger. He's trying to put himself in that position of being the man, while Jon Moxley is the man. So he doesn't have to say nearly as much. But I feel like Mox has done such a great job of not only telling the story, but keeping it understated enough to where it might smack some people in the face. But I don't think people realize Max is going to get fucked up on Saturday. It's going to be a good match. No doubt.
Yeah.
But Mox has been telling this kid this whole time, bro, all this cute shit you doing is cool, but when you get in that ring with me for this world title, it's going to get serious and it's going to get ugly. I need you to be ready for that, or I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you real bad, which is exactly why we see what we see at the end of this show. Because I think Max finally realizes it.
I'm going to eliminate you.
Yes.
I'm going to eliminate you, and The Undertaker
is going to bury you.
Being Jon Moxley. He's going to bury you.
Yes.
So, oof. But no lie, I like that that's the promo. He didn't cut a promo saying like, yo, you're trash. You know, you're corny. He didn't do none of that shit. It was just like, you better get your shit serious, son. Because that's all it was. It was just like, get serious. It's that time. Don't think you're going to pull up in here getting an easy match. You better give me every last thing you got. Because if you don't, I'm gonna fucking kill you. You better be the most aggressive MJF, the most savage MJF, the most abrasive MJF you've ever been. You're gonna have to be a straight killer to end me. Me? Mr. I damn near murdered Brian Cage. Me? Mr. I ended the championship reign of Le Champion. Me? Mr. I fought everything Vince McMahon ever made me do tooth and nail. Me? Mr. I was the god of CZW, Jon Moxley. Me? Mr. I went to New Japan and showed the motherfuckers what I was really about. Me? That's who you gotta face. You gonna get your ass whooped, son, if you don't get your shit serious. Jon Moxley, son. Jon Moxley, son. God damn, I love this man. He gets it. He gets it. He fucking gets it. Yes.
Kill or be killed, he said, which is the perfect terminology. Because when it comes to Jon Moxley, that's how it feels in these big matches. You got to kill him or you getting killed.
Facts. No nuts, no glory.
So that takes us to Tony. He is with Big Swole.
Swole. Swole.
Swole.
Swole.
Swole. And, he's asking her about her upcoming match, the match she's finally getting with Britt Baker this Saturday at All Out. But then Reba comes up. She's got her mask on and she's got a pizza. She's trying to deliver a pizza and Britt Baker sees right through it. Britt Baker. Big Swole sees right through it. Like, man, what are you doing? You think I don't know this is a setup?
I got you.
And Reba pulls up with the pizza. Swole's like, nah, this is set up. And like as soon as she says that, Britt Baker pulls up behind her.
It's a set up.
Yeah. So
and then she does that fucking weird version of the upside down mandible claw.
Oh yeah. Lockjaw.
Yeah. Fuck. It was dope.
Yeah, but no No, I think she still had her gimmick on, but nothing around her legs. Britt Baker's walking again.
Yeah, she tossed the what do you call it? The crutch. She don't need that crutch.
Yeah, she did with the crutches and tossed it away. Yeah, so she's good to go. I think it's going to be a tooth and nail match. I think it's going to be called.
She's still being
Tony Khan. Yeah,
because she's still rocking the goddamn face mask. Well, she's being Cody, I guess. But what I meant by D'Lo is you're still wearing the gimmick, even though you don't really need it.
Yeah, it's an accessory at this point.
Same thing with D'Lo and same thing with Cody back in the E.
Yeah. Tony Khan confirmed in one of the conference calls that Britt Baker and Big Swole's match at All Out will be a cinematic match. It's going to take place in her doctor's office and shit.
Yep, in her dentist's office.
Yeah, so I imagine they're going to do a lot of fun things with that. I'm down with it. Like, most of the stuff that got Britt to where she is now has been in her dentist's office with the segments and shit, so it'll be fun to see.
Yes.
Yeah.
To have a match in that little dentist's office is going to be hilarious. The name of the match, though, Tooth and Nail.
Yeah.
No.
In this era of cinematic matches, it's good to see the women get one, though.
Yeah.
So that leads us to
in WWE, though,
main
we had one with everyone, which was great.
True.
All encompassing.
Yeah, WWE did do one with the Money in the Bank. Yeah, so they did one as well. So yeah,
that was mad silly. I like that one though.
Yeah, it was the right kind of goofy.
It was the right kind of goofy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of the right kind of goofy.
Yes, main event time.
Yes.
AEW World Champ Jon Moxley versus MJF's lawyer, Mark Sterling. So
this goofball. So as this man comes out, right, he's coming down with Wardlow. Wardlow's holding him down because remember he kept trying to lock himself in his damn room. So they come in through the heel entrance, and then he tries to go out the face entrance. He's like, "Nope, where you going? Get your ass right back over here." And it's so funny. He's so shook he keeps trying to run. He's so scared.
Gotta accept your death, my man.
That's what you get for not reading page 17, son.
Gotta get it right, but Mox is toying with poor Mark Sterling throughout the majority of it. He's giving him free shots, like, come on, hit me. But every time he'll run in, Mox will sidestep him and launch him outside of the ring. Just fucking with him. Eventually, Sterling does poke him in the eye. He does get one, a little pow. So that Mox is like, all right, now I'm annoyed. I'm fucking you up now. He takes him down.
Yeah, you've pissed me off.
Yeah, he takes it home. Elevated paradigm shift.
Evil one.
Death Rider DDT gets the win for Jon Moxley. But as you would expect, immediately post-match, Wardlow comes in, jumps him, takes him down, and it's time for Jeff to pick the bones. He takes his gimmicks off, showing, he was never hurt all this time. And
yeah, so I remember Schiavone was like, was it Schiavone or was it Jim Ross? One of them was on commentary trying to say, I feel like he's going to be 100% when it comes to Saturday.
Oh,
and then out of nowhere, I guess he's 100% now.
Yeah. And MJF, he gets in Mox's face. He's like, you want to get violent? And then they get violent. He gets his dynamite diamond ring, beats Mox with it, busts him open. And the heels on this show, Jericho did it, and now MJF doing it, wiping his enemy's blood all over him. Now you know.
They all think they're Bruce Lee, son.
Yeah. Mox is even giving him tips from the ground. The camera got too close, so the mic was hot. Mox is like, go fucking nuts, all right? And then at that point, MJF starts, yelling and beating him down more.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
He looked like an absolute heel. And he starts taking the shirt off and acting all swaggy and shit. And then he starts stomping on him and like choking him with the shit. I think that's when you're talking about that the mic was too close.
Yeah.
Or was it before that?
It was right around that point. So, yeah.
Yeah. Like right before he puts the ring on when he's like choking him with the knee and shit. And then he goes ham and then wide load. Yeah.
This is the MJF that is, world champion top heel material. The MJF that is a low key, a complete monster. Just a vile, visceral, evil human being. But a strong go home angle to cap off a strong go home show to AEW All Out this Saturday.
Yep.
I'm excited for it.
Yeah, I love the way everybody came off. Like, now you feel sympathetic for the babyface. John Mox is probably going to show up with a whole bunch of patches on his face, which is what he loves. He loves to come into a match looking like he's going to die and then somehow overcoming. MJF came off looking like a privileged little prick piece of shit. Like the kind of guy that you want to slap 14 times out the week. It's like, yo, you only got that shit because you did some effed up shit. Like, Mox would have killed you on a regular basis. But you got this big mofo, and then you got that stupid ring, and then that's the only reason why that happened. Because if not, Moxley would have murdered you. And, that's how I felt, which is just, that's how you're supposed to feel when you watch wrestling. That's how you're supposed to feel when a heel is good. Where you want him to get his ass whooped. You don't want to change the channel. You're like, forget this. You want to feel like, somebody beat this guy. Yeah. That's what you want to feel. And I love that that's how he came off. And if you notice, Wide Load, when MJF lifts the title, Wide Load starts looking at him before he starts to pose. He starts looking at the title belt as MJF holds up the title. Did you notice that? Wide Load was like, that title. And then he goes, oh yeah, I got to pose. And just Batista's it out. Deacon Batista. I like that he's being Deacon Batista. That's who he reminds me of. I love it. This came off pretty good. I want to see what happens at All Out. All In. Which one is it? All In?
It's All Out.
All Out? All In?
Yeah.
All? Which one?
They're already in. So now they just go all out. They're in already.
So we went in already. And
we already went all in. Now we just go all out.
All right.
Yeah, gotta go all out.
So All In is when?
All In's in the Battle Royal.
Okay. And when's All Out?
All Out's on Saturday. And it has a Battle Royal featuring Darby Allin.
But hit you with the Johnny Cage, you don't say. Oh, man. Well,
yeah.
This has been the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday war.
It's the war.
It's the war. The war between these two. Is it a war anymore? What is this?
It doesn't. I don't know. It might not be anymore. It doesn't. It hasn't felt like it for a little bit. Maybe to WWE it's still a war, but to everybody else, I don't know.
No, it's just AEW on this day, and NXT on this day, and we watch them, and we like both shows.
Yeah, they're good shows.
Yeah. AEW sometimes. See, this is what I was saying earlier about with when I was talking about in NXT, where it's like you watch NXT and you're like, this is a good show. Then you watch AEW and you're like, oh shit. It's a really good show. It's a good go home show too. So
yeah, I think AEW had the advantage of they're building toward a pay-per-view on Saturday, so they got big angles to let off. While NXT is more or less, just in a regular cycle. So.
Yeah, and they lost Keith, and I don't know, man. They lost Keith and Karrion, and now it just feels like gutted.
Yeah, they got some rebuilding to do, but NXT has always more or less done their rebuilding, and they've been good about it. So I'll trust them on that.
Damn it, Vince. Yeah. If I was Vince, I would have just been like, nah, I get it. It's we'll hold off on that because you just lost the other guy.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, that's what I would have done if I were Vince. I would have been nice enough to be like, all right, that's fucked up. We're not going to take away this guy when you just lost the one you were building to replace him. So,
yeah. But
it is what it is. But yeah, that was what that was. Tevin, I would like you to tell them where to find us.
Yes. Yeah. Oh. You already know where to find us. Find us on Instagram at Ramblemania Show and at Banter Club Podcast. Find us on Twitter at Ramblemania, Facebook.com/Ramblemania Show. Also find our group there, Ramblemania Show's Banter Club. That may also be where you see the live streams whenever we do those, and just generally where we are active. We got memes, we got everything going on our various social medias. It's where the shit goes down, you know what I'm saying? As far as the audio goes, we are everywhere audio is found. That is Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Anchor, TuneIn, Overcast. Everywhere your podcasts are found, just search Ramblemania Show or Banter Club. As for the visuals, that is right here, youtube.com/Ramblemania Show. You can go to that search bar, search up Ramblemania Show or Banter Club. When you get here, click the like, click the subscribe, click the bell. So when the new ish drops, it goes straight to you. As far as me personally, find me on Instagram at TJ the Great One. That's TJ the GR, the number 8, the number 1. And find me on Twitter at TJ the Great. That's TJ the GR, the number 8. It's as simple as that.
Find me on Instagram at the number 6, the letter X, the letter L. That is at 6XL. Find me on Twitter at SIIXX. Ain't I great? That is at SIIXX. You're all ready. Whew. What a great pair of shows. Not grapefruits, a great pair of shows. And
pow.
And you know what, man? It's been a good week for wrestling. Life is a little crazy right now, but it's been a good week for wrestling. And I just want to give a little, I guess, I want to show somebody some love who we didn't really get to say anything about. And he's not a wrestler, but he's somebody who to me is very special. And his name is Chadwick Boseman. He passed away this week due to colon cancer. And, you know, all of you guys know who he is. Black Panther, Jackie Robinson, so many movies. Like, it's so sad to see something like that, you know? Somebody who's so influential and somebody who's been fighting for pretty much humanity. Because if you think about, like, his message as a human being, he was always just talking about just how we should be with each other and just, you know, how we tend to sometimes forget that we're human, you know? And I feel like we all have to be better to each other because everything's going crazy. The world is falling apart. And if we don't at least try to help each other out, then how are we to survive, you know? Let's try to be kind to each other as all this stuff is happening. Let's try to stay in good spirits. Let's try to stop all the craziness. Let's try to slow down, take a second to think, and actually just try to be compassionate towards one another, you know? Because that's all we got, you know? The life around us is falling apart, and if we don't stay good to each other and at least try to help each other out and at least try to, you know, just be decent with each other, then what's the point, you know? We're just all gonna fall apart, you know? Tevin?
Yeah, it you know, be good to each other. Try to follow in Chadwick Boseman's example of bringing goodness, greatness, and light to the world, irrespective of what he was going through. We didn't even know he was going through it, but regardless of it, he took the time and put in that work to give all of us beautiful memories of him and bringing characters and people, and again, like I said, just bringing a whole bunch of light to the world. And I think it's an example that we should all try to follow. So, you know, with that, I'll leave us with the Too Sweet.
Oh, shit.
Too Sweet.
And a good fight.
And a good night.
It goes a little something like this. Wakanda.
Forever.
He had the claws. I want the claws.